In this tutorial, I will be introducing and talking you through week 3 and week 4 of the web design topic. Okay, starting on the left here, you can see I've got Sublime Text open, and I've got my, this is the text that I should end with week 2 from. Currently at the moment it's all white, so what I am going to do is just going to save that as a HTML file. Okay, if I look down here, it's currently saying it's plain text, so I'm going to go to File, Save As, index, because my first page, dot HTML. Okay, I'm going to save that. Okay, now that should also give me the option. Now I can see some of the colors are starting to go through. If I go right click, I should be able to say open in browser, and I should be able to see that in the background that's actually opened up. Okay, so I've kind of finished where I want to be at week 2. I'm now ready to look at week 3. Okay, now week 3, we're going to start looking at how we can actually divide up the page into different sections. So if I look over here, we really want to have the section at the top here, top box, and then we're going to have these two boxes down here. Okay, so our sort of week 3 is that we're going to make this area up here called top box. We're going to make this writing much bigger up here as well. We're going to give this a heading too. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do that. So first of all, okay, if we have a look at our instructions, we're going to add in a divider called top box. Okay, now this needs to go into my body. Okay, it's going to come before this normal writing. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to add in, okay, the div ID, okay, and it's going to be equal to, in speech marks, top box. Okay, I'm going to do mine with a capital B. So everything that appears in this section here to here will appear on that in this section called top box. Okay, so I'm actually going to put my writing while there. So I'm just going to say my dog Jack and add that in. Okay, now if I save that, always save before you look at your page. And then I'm going to look at my page, so right click open in browser. Okay, and you can see I've got the section here. Now it's put it at the top above the writing, but obviously at the moment I can't tell any difference between this section here and this section here. Okay, so we're gonna apply some styling to this so we can see a little bit clearer what's going on. Okay, so how we add style is we need to be in the head section of the page. So I'm going to go after the title, and I'm going to push return a few times, and I'm going to add in style. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is a style, and we're going to apply the styling. Let's have a look. This is what we want to be adding in. Okay, this is the command I want to have in here. Okay, so I use the hash and top box, spelled exactly the same as how I've spelled it down there, so it knows it's applying to that area. And then we're going to put curly braces in. Okay, and all the instructions go between the curly braces for this top box. Okay, so the instructions are, I want to put a width command in. Okay, and the width I've been told is 800 px, which is short for pixels. And then I close that with a semicolon. And then I want the height to be 100. So it's going to go right across, but it's only going to come down 100 pixels. And again, close that with a semicolon. And I want to do the background color. Okay, do note that when I type these, I'm probably only typing the first couple of letters, and then I'm just using my up and down arrow keys to see if I can go through. Do note as well that the color is spelt without a U. It's the American spelling. Okay, so go background color, and I'm going to say blue. And again, make sure I close that semicolon. Okay, so let's have a look at see how that styling has applied it to just this box. This is this box down here. Okay, with this instruction. So again, I'm just going to go File and Save. Right click Open in Browser. Okay, and you can already see I now have this blue top box. Okay, and it's going across 800 pixels and down 100. Alright, so I'm going to close that off. Okay, now the next thing I want to look at is being able to, I need to be able to turn that to green. Okay, so very simple. I can just go straight into where it says blue and change that to say green. And again, I can go File and Save, right click and Open in Browser. Okay, and that's now in green. Great, done that. Okay, now the next thing is I want to get the writing to look like this. So it's going to say My Dog Jack in the center, really nice big in yellow. Okay, so the instructions I need are here. Okay, now this is a styling command, so it needs to go in here. Okay, I'm going to put it after the curly brace for top box, and I just write H2. Okay, and I'm going to apply. So again, I'm going to use my curly braces because all the instructions go there. And I'm going to say color. Again, note American spelling. And I'm going to say yellow. And semicolon. Return. And text align. Again, just the first couple of letters and I can find what I need, which is text align. That's what I need. And it's center. Again, notice American spelling. Okay, and that should make it in the center and yellow. So let's have a look, see what that's done. So file, save, right click, open in browser. Okay, and that has done exactly nothing. So let's have a look. What's it done? Right, this has set up a heading for a H2. Now, I haven't actually applied a H2 to the writing here. Okay, so what I need to do is go before this and use a tag and say H2, which stands for heading 2. You can have anything from 1 to 6 in terms of your headings. It tends to be 1's the biggest, 6 going down to the smallest. And let's apply H2 in there. Okay, so that's now applying that style across this. Okay, so I'm opening the tag there, and I need to make sure that I close the tag there. Okay, so I've opened a H2, close. So everything between there should have this style applied to it. So let's try again. File, save. Right click, open in browser, and now it's in the center because that's what we told it to be. We told it to be center aligned, and we told it to be in yellow. And as you can see, it's also bigger as well. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what we need to do for a. So that's basically, we're up to now lesson 3. Okay, where we want to be on lesson 3. So we're now going to have a look at lesson 4. Now lesson 4, we're starting to add in more and more boxes because we wanted to start looking like this. Okay, so I need a top box, I want a left box and a right box. Okay, unfortunately it's not quite as simple as that. Okay, we need to actually have in there another couple of boxes as well. So we need to have the so we're going to have a container which is going to contain both the left and right boxes. So this is going to be around this bit here. So we've got the top box at the top, container is going to be around here, and then we're going to have a left one and a right one. Okay, so we're going to make this container. Again, it's a style. Okay, you can see from the there's 2 parts to it. So let's go into here. It's going to come after the top box. So this is in my HTML. This is in the body. Okay, I'm going to apply this div id equals, and it's going to call it container. Okay, and then I'm going to close that container. All right. And I'm also going to bring that down a bit. Now, at the moment, okay, the div starting here, and then I've got this writing here. So actually, I want to move this close command here. I'm going to grab that and go cut, because I want that to appear just before I close my body. So I'm going to move that right down to here and paste it in. So it closes the divider for the whole box. Okay, close the body, closes the HTML. So this now that this bit here is now going to appear in the container. Okay, so I now need to style that. So I'm going to go up into my styling area. So remember, it's just got to appear before close style. Make sure it's after the curly braces for those ones there. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here, and I'm going to again use a hash because I'm giving it a name, and it's container. Just check it's spelled correctly. Put my curly braces in. Okay, and then everything I want to do apply is going to be in there. So I'm going to say width, and that's going to be 800 pixels, and again close with semicolon, and then I want the height to be 800 as well. So sort of square box there. Okay. I'm also, just so we can actually see it when we're playing around, I'm just going to grab that and I'm going to copy that and put it in there. I'll probably delete this, but I'm just so we can actually see it's been made, and I'm going to say let's make it blue. Okay, just so we can see it. Okay, so I'm just going to go File, Save, and Open in Browser. Okay, so you can see that's my top box, and this is now the container. Okay, and I've just coloured it in blue just so we can actually see that the writing's in there, that it is actually in that area. Okay, so I'm actually going to get rid of that one there because I don't want that colour. So that's got rid of. Just going to backspace that there so I'm not running out of room. Okay, in fact, while we're here, let's have a quick tidy. Let's move that just there. Do you remember with HTML, it doesn't actually matter in terms of the sort of spacing. So if I wanted to, I can sort of gain a few lines. If I want to back that up to there, if I want to put that one on the same line as that one, I could have all these three in the same line again. It doesn't matter that the browser will read them exactly the same. It just means in terms of what I can see, just makes it look a little bit easier for me to see. Okay, so we've now got this box, and we're now going to contain within that, we're going to make a left box and a right box. Okay, so after the container here, straight after, okay, I'm going to use the tab button here. Okay, not because, as we just said, as we just discussed, it's going to make any difference to what the computer does, but it's going to make it easier for me to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to call this left box. Okay, and I'm just going to close that divider there. All right. And I'm going to set up the styling for that. So again, back into this style area here. Okay, this is why I kind of moved down a little bit, because again, it's going to keep expanding. Make sure it's typed exactly the same. So I had a capital B in there, curly braces. And this time I want the width to be 160 pixels. I want the height to be 800 pixels. Remember to close with the semicolons. And I want to say float left. Okay, this is what's actually going to move the boxes, so that one appears on the left and one appears on the right. Okay, let's have a quick look and see what that's actually done, because we've made the area. I might just write in here left just so we can see what's happened. Okay, so kind of purely for testing purposes, so I can show you what's going on. Okay, so now you can see I've got a left area, okay, just where I wrote that word left. That's now appeared in that box there, okay, which is 160 across the way and 800 down the way. Okay, so now I want to make a right box that's going to fill the other area going across the way here. Okay, so let's go and do that now. So it's exactly the same as the left box, okay, but obviously I just need to fiddle around with the numbers. Okay. So let's have a look. So actually, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here. I'm just going to grab left box and go right click copy, and in there and go paste. And I'm just going to change that to say right. Okay. Now this one, the width is going to be 540, and it's going to float right. Okay. We'll obviously need to make the boxes, so that's my left box. Let's go in here. Again, I'm just going to tab it so I can see what I'm doing. Div ID, and I'm going to call this right box. And I'm going to write, just for the sake of actually being able to see it again, I'm just going to write right in there. Okay, so file and save. And open in browser. Okay, so I can see that that's the left, that's right. Okay, so I've made these two areas, I've put them in. Obviously at the moment I've got this bit floating around here, so I just need to see actually what I do want inside those. So I'm just going to get rid of where it says my silly left, and I'm going to get rid of where it says my silly right. And I'm going to look over here, and it says I want my link to be on the left hand side, so I'm going to grab, this is my link section here. And I'm just going to go right click and cut, and that's going to go into the left box. That goes in between where it says open left and close left. Okay, and I'm going to go now, because that's gone just over the other line. I don't quite like the look of it, so I'm just going to push return there just so I can see it's there. And I'm going to grab this section here, and again right click cut, and that's going to go inside the right box. Okay, let's do it again. File, save, right click, open in browser. Okay, and you can see now I've got